Hi guys, Kelly here from Body Fit Solutions. So I just wanted to share my top 5 areas to release in your body if you do sit a lot of your day, you work at a desk, you're finding that you feel stiffness around your shoulders and your neck, maybe around your hips and your low back. Okay, so what you need is a lacrosse ball or a hard massage ball and a wall. So the first area we're going to hit is the upper trapezius. So we're going to place the ball right at that fleshy bit on the top of the shoulder. So we're not on bone, we're in muscle. And then we're going to lean ourselves gently against the wall. Find your positioning. I'm slightly pushing with my outer leg and just releasing into that top part of the muscle around the top of the shoulder. So this can often lead to neck tightness and potentially even headaches. So just releasing around there, and then you can come around to the back of the shoulder a little bit from here, following that line of the bone of your scapula, of your shoulder blade. So just massaging there. We recommend a minute or 2, just softly, slowly. If it feels too much with a lacrosse ball, maybe use a tennis ball to start with, and make sure you do both sides. Okay, the second area is the front of the chest here, which can get quite tight from maybe doing so many things at the front of you. So we're going to place the ball just above the chest area and below the collarbone and more towards the shoulder. So I'm going to start in the middle and face the wall. Again, I'm using my outer leg to push into, and then I'm just going to roll towards the chest bone and towards the arm, maybe a little bit up towards the collarbone, down, and just releasing any of that tension that's around the front of the shoulder. Okay, area number 3 is around the front of the hip. Now, if you do this a little bit at the wall, you can progress to then lying on the floor and just releasing. And I'm more towards the outer edge of my hip rather than into the groin. So I'm finding that bony ridge of the pelvis and kind of where we would sit into if we were sitting down. So I'm going to place that against the wall and just release around that front of hip. Just massaging all those little fibers that tend to get quite tight from sitting too much. Okay, that's number 3. Number 4 is all around kind of the back of the pelvis, the back of the bottom. So usually at the top edge of the bottom is where we feel a lot of tenderness, but also around the side of the hip. So around the glute medius tissue. Okay, so I'm kind of taking that ball all the way around the back and side of the bottom. And then the final area I would do is sitting on a chair, having the ball underneath the back of your leg, sitting up beautifully tall. Both legs are bent, but we're sitting and releasing tension in the hamstring. And those would be the top 5 I would work on releasing just with a lacrosse ball if you sit a lot of your day.